Hey everyone, it's me Joji, and today we're asking, should you buy this? Now, this is the Kyogre Unseen Depths Theme Deck, and this is the same one you can get on Pokemon TCG Online. And we did review the one from for Groudon. I think it was called Towering Heights or Towering Mountain, and also you can get that one on online. But we're gonna take a look and see if its counterpart, Kyogre, is worth getting today. Alright, so Kyogre's Unseen Depths Theme Deck. It did have some things that I saw that were pretty interesting right off the bat. So, yeah, that's I'm already looking forward to this. Let's take a look at the coin it comes with. Nice Shatter Ice Kyogre coin there. Really like it. Just like the Groudon one. Not bad. Let's see here. We have that Shatter Ice Kyogre as well. And I think the Kyogres in Cosmic Eclipse aren't hollow. So this is a nice version to have. Take a look at it later. Let's see here. The usual stuff again. And we've already seen this map. Not map. It features Groudon and Kyogre. And let's see. The whole box of cards we'll look at in a bit. But here is a code card for that deck in TCG Online. And again, you can get this deck without using this code. You can get it using coins. I think about 500. Yeah, most of the decks are all 500. So there you go. Alright, let's take a closer look at the cards. Now, this is one of the most heavy with energy decks I've seen in a long time. I mean, look at all this water energy that comes with it. I think it's 18 total energy for water and 2 draw energies. And keep in mind, I don't think you need this much energy for this deck. Most of these cards are using only 2 energies to attack with. And you're going to be using only 2 or 3 specific Pokemon to attack with this deck. Taking a look at supporters, we have 2 Cynthias, 2 Hows, 2 Lilies, 2 Roller Skaters, 2 Tatanlizas, and 2 Pokemon Fan Club. So there is a good amount of draw support here with these, essentially these, all of these right here. These are all just draw supporters essentially. Cynthia for redrawing, Hal for 3, Lily for 6, potentially 8, or between 6 and 8 at most. Roller Skater for 2 to 4, Tatanliza for a full 5 hand refresh, and then this is just more of pulling basic Pokemon out. So you'll be using this to pull out things like a Piplup, Phione, Kyogre maybe. Let's see, what do we have for the items? We have actually a very small list of items. We have only 2 communications and 2 switches. Definitely, if you're going to get this, I'd say add stuff in and take stuff out, like those energies. We have only 1 copy of Radiant Forest. Not sure if it's completely necessary, but it's here. Now, taking a look at the Pokemon, let's start with the normal types. Now, we have a 3-2 line for Apom and Ambipom. Honestly, don't know why this is in here. Maybe just because this attack can do up to 120 damage, but not really worth it in my opinion to have this guy in there. We have 2 Pyukumukus, and my guess he's in here just for call for family, so you can get 2 basic Pokemon onto your bench. Really helpful if you want to accelerate your evolutions up. We also have a 3-2 of Psyduck and Golduck. And again, I don't really see why this is in here. Golduck's attack only does 80, but then you have to put one of the energies back onto your hand. So, let's see here. We also have Phione. Now, this ability is actually really good. Being able to, I guess, discard this and switch your opponent's Pokemon around actually might be helpful in some situations. Maybe you want to lock them for a turn or two, make them use up a switch or discard some energies in order to switch out that Pokemon you put in. Very helpful, and it doesn't go into the discard, it goes into your deck again. So nice to have. You could always use a Pokemon communication to bring it back out. So not bad. Alright, let's take a look at those Kyogres. And now I'm bringing these Kyogres up because I think definitely the Piplup line is the one that you're going to be using for attacking. Now, Kyogre, High Water, just like Groudon, it brings energies onto your Pokemon. And unlike Kyogre, this attack I think is also for the same amount, 2 water and 2 colorless, but in their case was fighting type, for 130. But this, instead you discard an energy instead of not being able to attack. So you could attack twice with this. So it's a little bit better than Groudon in my opinion, in the fact that it can attack multiple times without having to recharge. So yeah, you're going to be using this for High Water mainly, just so you can get energies onto your Pokemon. But it can attack if you need it to. And then we get to the main line of this deck. This is a 3-3-2 Empoleon Piplup Primplup line. Now, if you look at this, you'll probably think this Piplup is horrible. For 3 energy on a basic first stage, or not first stage, I guess it's considered stage 0 Pokemon, you have to put 3 to use Bubble Hold? That is ridiculous. Why would you ever use this? Of course you wouldn't. And then you evolve it, and still you have to use 3 energy to use Direct Dive to do 100 damage to a benched Pokemon, and you would only do 20 for 1? Still ridiculous. But the reason you want this in there is because Empoleon. Now, Empoleon knows Recall. And what Recall does is it can use any of the attacks from its previous evolutions for 1 energy. I'm dropping the cards. But for 1 energy, you can use Recall. That is ridiculous. 1 energy to use a 3 energy move. So for 1 energy, you could do 80 damage and they can't retreat, or you could do 100 damage to one of their bench Pokemon. That's actually really good. Aqua Fall is also there if you need it, but you do have to remember you have to discard all energies on this Pokemon. For most part, you're only going to have 2 anyways, unless you evolved or started attacking with it before you evolved into Empoleon, you'll have 3. But still, for 1 energy, that's actually pretty good. I don't know if there's any better Piplup or Primplup attacks out there on some of the older cards that you could use this ability on. So there's quite a bit of options for you when you use this card. Alright, so let's look at some combos. Alright, so for what I think you should definitely start this deck out with is Pyukumuku. Pyukumuku's Call for Family. For 1 energy, you can bring out 2 other basic type Pokemon. Now, what you're mainly going to be pulling is Kyogre for its High Water and Swirling Waves if you need to use that 4 energy cost, Piplup, and Phione. Now, say you bring out Phione, you'll be able to switch out their Pokemon and maybe soften their turn if you need to, or you can start setting up Piplup for Empoleon. The other thing you would more than likely have to do is this is going to be your main attacking squad. Now, once you get Empoleon up with its Primplup and Piplup evolved into it, you're pretty much set. Now, I'm cautious to say that if you should add in some rare candies, just because you'll not get that Direct Dive from Primplup if you evolve a Piplup into an Empoleon. But if you only want Piplup's attack, go ahead. The other thing is Kyogre is definitely going to be your other attacker with the Swirling Wave. The discard is kind of hurtful in some cases, but for 130 it's still not bad, and High Water can pretty much help you set up your Empoleon, and I guess the 2 energy is kind of overkill because you'll have enough for Aqua Fall and Recall, definitely, but I don't really see too many attackers in this deck other than these 2. If you wanted to, you could use Golduck, but again, that energy loop is kind of painful to have to take one off and put it back on him the next turn. And then there also is Ambipom, of course, but Nice catch for drawing 2 is alright. You might need some draw help here because of all the energies, but that's something you could definitely do in this deck. You can reduce the amount of energies in it. You do not need 18 energies, especially in current meta. Bye-bye throw. I guess if you do have that many energies, you can discard the 2 to do 120. But for the most part, I think you're going to have to stick with using Kyogre and Empoleon. I guess I really didn't go into much of it, but Phione, obviously, it's kind of given that you're going to use this to set up your attacks when they're favorable for you. So you use this to bring out a weaker Pokemon and use Kyogre or Empoleon to knock it out. I guess if you wanted to, you could actually use Phione to put something onto the bench that you want to hit with Empoleon's Recall, looking at Direct Dive for the 100 damage. So that is a good play there, honestly. Now that I think about it, moving something that you weaken on your bench for only 80 or whatever amount, putting in Empoleon, and then using Phione to move it over and use Direct Dive to knock it out. Nice ability. Definitely think Phione is going to see quite a bit of play in post Cosmic Eclipse, and Empoleon here, it might not show too much. Maybe on the online game where people don't have too much stuff, you'll see this guy more often. So, should you buy this Unseen Depths deck? I'd say maybe. Honestly, I'm not too sure how much play the Empoleon is going to see in this meta. There is a lot of emphasis on using electric type. There's not a lot of emphasis on grass type, which is a good thing. But I don't really see an emphasis on using water types either. We are seeing ADP show up a lot more. Honestly, that's going to be the main thing in this meta, ADP. So if you wanted to tech in Empoleons and just use ADP as the only attacker, or not as the only attacker, but as using Empoleon as the second attacker, you could use that. But keep in mind, you only need 1 and 2 energy for this Pokemon. As for Kyogre, I don't think it'll see much play at all, unless people are using the theme decks primarily. But yeah, I'd be very hesitant to get this one. If you do need the any of these, like specifically the Empoleons, if you're trying to make something a non-GX deck that can still hit for a lot of damage, this is the way to go, honestly. Empoleon. Really strong attacker. I don't really see too much. If you want a Phione, go ahead and get this as well. Or if you want any of the supporters, like the Roller Skater is pretty decent, especially since there is so much energy. You can definitely get the 4 draw out there. But other than that, I'd still give this a maybe. Alright, that's going to be the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know down below if you're going to get this or if you're going to pass on it. Don't forget to subscribe. Also, ring that bell so you can get updates on videos like this and other Pokemon related content like Cosmic Eclipse and Sword and Shield. So guys, we are at the end of the giveaway, and we had a total of 38 people join. That is a lot of people compared to my first giveaway of only 3 people entering. So again, I can't thank you guys enough. Everybody on the list, thank you for joining, and thank you for your support. And also to everybody else that didn't enter, thank you for your support as well. I couldn't have gotten to here without you guys. And if you're just joining on, thank you for your support, and we'll probably do another giveaway at some point. But let's go ahead and choose a winner for this giveaway. Who is the winner going to be this time? It is Benjamin Feldman, Ben F Productions. I don't know why. Oh, wait. I think for some reason your name changed midway through the giveaway. I think that's what I did. I noticed that you changed your name. So, congratulations. You've won. There is a email that you can contact me from in the about side of my channel. Go ahead and I guess contact me, and I will get you these code cards and packs sent to you if you're in the United States, or I'll send you the code cards if you're out of the country. Again, thank you to everyone that entered, everyone that's been supporting me since whatever number of subscribers I was at. I couldn't have gotten here without you guys. Again, thank you so much for watching my videos, and I will see you guys on the next one.